guys, and welcome back to the Golfbidder YouTube channel with your hosts, couple of golfers. I'm Beth.
I'm Russ.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Some of the best beginner budget drivers, and that is exactly what we're going to talk to you about today.
So we've got 3 drivers here, haven't we?
We have.
And you tested them on the range, put them to the test.
I hit all 3 of these and
I like
compared
that one,
the numbers. Do you?
Yeah.
Do
I like
you know
the colour
what?
on that.
We'll go into it. So we've got the Ping G425 driver, and we have the SIM2 Max.
I like the colour on that as well.
Yeah, the colour is
nice,
very good. Now, between this and the Cobra, these were definitely more suited to me, kind of my golf swing. The head sat exactly how I wanted for it to sit. I have tried Ping before in my time, but they're just not for me. But I'm also not a beginner golfer, so that's not to say that Ping are not perfect. Now, Ping are so popular through the golfing community, irons, woods, drivers especially, for consistency, miss hits, sweet spot, assistance in the golf club. So yeah, definitely wouldn't ever write off Ping.
So basically all 3 of these drivers are pretty much perfect for beginner golfers, right?
I mean, definitely.
All at different price points, I assume?
All at different price points.
But cheaper than buying a brand new club.
Definitely cheaper. Well, this is the thing with Golfbidder, right? So you're going to get in, you've got so much to choose from in the catalogue that are near enough brand new drivers, and you're getting it for a fraction of the price that you would. But seriously, I know it's barely even been hit.
Yeah. I think people just think they can't consider second-hand clubs if they're a beginner.
But Golfbidder is so good because they don't just take any second-hand clubs.
No.
They have specific things that they look for, requirements. They won't take absolutely battered clubs because that's just not what people want to buy anyway. I mean, even this Ping, I can't even see a mark on this.
To be fair though, I do think in my brain a lot of beginners obviously don't want to spend a ridiculous amount of money on clubs, which is understandable. But I think people will go on like, you know, Facebook Marketplace or eBay or something like that to buy them. I didn't realise this, but there's so many fakes out there, isn't there?
And that's exactly another reason. Golfbidder will do all of the checks. We have had conversations with them where they've gone, we could not tell the difference apart from the slightest of things. They've had the same club be brought in on the same day. One was completely fake, one was the real thing. Yeah. And you just wouldn't, if you're buying off of a different site like eBay or...
You're never going to know.
You're just not going to know.
But
carrying on quickly. These 3 drivers all offer the forgiveness that you want as well. But they definitely offer an individual difference, which we will dive into.
Obviously, you've got stiff shafts in those, but for a beginner, you're probably looking at more regular shafts.
Beginner, right? It depends on how fast you swing it. Like you could be a beginner that picks it up and swings it at 110 mile an hour. If you're doing that, you're definitely going to want to look at a stiff shaft, even if you are a beginner. But yeah, the majority of the time you will go regular, you'll go for a lighter shaft, you'll work it out, the forgiveness will help you. But again, there's so many different options.
So an option for, so you'd say high loft, large club head.
High loft, but you can also, even with all 3 of these drivers, you have the option to adjust the loft. Okay.
So I was actually looking into this year's drivers and doing a little bit of research, and I noticed that the 2024 drivers, brand new ones that came out, the QI10s, the AI Smoke, the G430,
10K Max.
Yeah, those drivers. So the main focus for these drivers in 2024 this year was to have high MOI. Not really understanding that. What does MOI actually mean?
That the driver heads have less chance of twisting at impact.
Okay.
So now they've got the latest releases are at the highest point of MOI that they've ever had. But that's not to say that the drivers that we're showing you right now and we're going to talk to you about doesn't have a high MOI as well.
The higher the MOI, the better it's going to be for a beginner golfer?
Well, I mean, maybe, but the problem you've obviously got is if you're going to the highest MOI, you're going to be paying the premium price.
Okay.
And for a beginner, we've established that nobody really wants to go in and pay the highest of prices. So the difference of what these drivers offer in MOI compared to now is not a massive amount, but you're getting them for a fraction of the price. So
these are still up there and competing.
Definitely. Like I wouldn't ever suggest to a beginner golfer, go and buy the latest equipment. Why would you do that? Like, you're about to go and buy the latest equipment, also get to a certain point, more latest equipment comes out, and you then have to change because
every
you've
single
got
year a new driver
better.
comes out.
Every single year something new comes out and shiny. Where if you're going in with these
goes,
drivers that
"Buy
are
me."
absolutely perfect for a beginner golfer, or any golfer really, with the MOI that it has on these, you're paying a fraction of the price, you're getting the same satisfaction, and then if you get to a certain level, take them back into Golfbidder where you bought them from, trade them up.
Let's take a look at the drives.
First up, we've got
I think
the
his
Cobra.
wrists were killing by the end.
Yeah, I was exhausted by the end of it. Consistency is key. Any good? Cobra driver. Love it. Cobra King F9 Speedback. This was released in 2019.
Can I just say, actually, you hit that and went, whoa.
Yeah, I loved it. I absolutely love this.
Just
but
kind
then
of
I feel like woof. But this
he
is
hits it
absolutely
miles.
incredible.
Yeah.
And it's starting at £148.99.
Is that it?
So you're like, wow, like, can I actually get a driver for that cheap? Yes, you can. Have to make golf more affordable. And to be honest, Golfbidder also make it affordable.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Like quality condition golf clubs,
Yeah.
£150.
And you know what you're getting.
You know exactly what you're getting. They'll explain it to you. And they won't rip you off. And you've got a 7-day trial even if you want to give it a go.
Yeah, true.
Like, just unbelievable. Anyway, we are getting carried away.
Sorry, what were your thoughts on the
Do you know what? I
Cobra?
really loved the Cobra. For me, it just felt softish off the face, but still had that ball speed. The ball speed was up there. The distances were exactly, I think I was near enough the same on every single distance.
Yeah, you were.
And I could kind of tell that it was going to be the same. I could control the ball flight with this. Been playing golf for a long time, so my swing is definitely going to be a bit different to everybody else's. The way I hit the ball is a lot different. But for consistency, and I did have a couple of miss hits, and they still pretty much went exactly the same as the better hit shots. So that just shows you, even if you miss it, you're still getting a good quality golf shot. Yeah, do you know what? I absolutely love this driver. Very, very highly rated for me.
You love that.
It's the CNC milled face, which is a thinner but hotter club face, which is actually designed, from what I've already said, to create about a 1.5 or speed up to 1.5 times ball speed than a traditional driver. So that's kind of going into why this was so ahead of its time. A cool feature about this driver is it has an ultra light carbon wrap crown.
What exactly does that do?
Well, this comes with a 12% larger carbon fibre area, which saves 10 grams of weight compared to a normal titanium crown driver. Being a 5-year-old driver.
Yeah, well designed.
Yeah, I mean, I've only felt this driver I'm comparing it to nowadays.
True.
And I really didn't feel that much different. If you're a beginner, are you really, really going to notice about what's actually in the face of a driver? Like, that's the biggest thing. But what we're trying to explain to you now, yeah, we've gone into some details and ins and outs of the inside of the driver. The manufacturers back then still did think about increasing ball speed, but they also thought about the miss hits, the consistency of the driver, the softness still, even though they're trying to create that maximum speed. I'm actually really impressed with this driver. They've put a lot of thought into it back then.
Very underrated brand.
Very underrated. And I mean, look at those colours.
Right, should we move on to the next one? Which one do you hit
We
next?
will move on. Right, next I actually tried the SIM2 Max.
Yes.
It's unbelievable, those. That's actually unbelievable. I think I still prefer the Cobra, though. This came out in 2021, actually, and
hey, even branded on here, high MOI.
there you go.
There you have it.
Went in on the face and the head of this structure using a 24-gram tungsten weight in the back of this to kind of just help you with that forgiveness. When you're swinging through, you want that driver head to stay as stable as it can. So having that weight in the back there really does help with keeping that face controlled.
I wonder what their construction place looks like on the people who work there. I bet they're just full of knowledge.
Oh, imagine building a club.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
All
madness.
the stuff we're chatting about
Maybe
now.
we should try and go to
I would love that.
check it out. That'd be a cool video. I have learned about this is the Sim Inertia Generator, which is designed to provide a faster club head speed through advanced geometry and aerodynamic analytics.
Okay.
Now, that is far beyond my knowledge of a golf club, but
Yeah.
I did read into this and it did blow my mind.
What would that do?
It'll make the club head feel a lot lighter, even though there is some weight in there, and it will help you generate a faster club head speed, which will then push on to creating a faster ball speed, a lot more of a consistent hit, feel a lot softer, but you're not feeling like you're having to put everything into it.
Okay. You spoke a little bit about this twist face, which you said was something that TaylorMade introduced that basically was like, okay, this is awesome, like really good. So what about this twist face then?
Yeah, I mean, the twist face is genuinely like a speed injected, it's speed injected twist face, they call it. And what it will do, it just improves the ball speed whilst kind of putting in a more stable face. So we're talking once you make contact with the ball,
Yeah.
you don't want that face doing this.
Yeah.
So the twist face helps club face stay very stable through the ball. So then you can get that middle hit or off centre hit, and it still creates that ball speed, and it all creates that consistency with a hit. The miss hits are a lot better, and we all know, and beginners, you need to know your miss hits. You are only as good as your misses. If you miss hit it good, you're going to be okay.
So what do you mean by miss hit it good?
With driver, obviously you can still top it or sky it, and that's just a swing issue. But if you're off centre, whether you're towards the toe or the heel, they have created now a larger sweet spot in the drivers.
Okay.
And with the twist face that keeps it very stable, if you hit it out of the toe, your club's not going to do that so much.
Right, okay.
So because if it was to do that, you would end up hitting it miles right. If it does that, it could turn over and you could hit it miles left.
Okay.
So it really keeps it stable through the shot now. Did we say about the price? Because if we didn't say about the price, it was $184.99 starting from, which again, £40 more than the Cobra.
For a what? Like a 3-year-old driver?
Yeah, 3-year-old driver. Well, that's 2 drivers down.
Have we reached our last driver?
We have reached the last driver. We've moved on to the very last driver that I tested out, which is the Ping G425 MAX. This will be well interesting to see where this goes. I reckon they're going left all day. It's fantastic. The sweet spot's great, but the way it sits just doesn't sit for me. Now, for me, I put the club behind the ball and I automatically knew what was going to happen. My swing and the club face doesn't match up, so I knew it was going left even before I hit it. Now I find, and a few guys that I've played with who hit fades genuinely go to a ping driver because it kind of helps them neutralise that ball flight. But a lot of common beginners actually hit slices. Very rarely do you find a beginner to hit a proper hook. So if you're hitting slices, this driver is absolutely perfect because the way it sits up, you've kind of got the toe pointing out a bit more than the heel. It will just look to you like you're going to hit it left. But if you're hitting a slice, it will actually help with that. But you can also see how it was set.
Oh.
It's set on a draw bias.
What is this?
So you've got the weight at the back, and you will find that on other drivers, but you've got the weight on the back of the club.
I've never seen this before.
Yeah, so you can move it. So this is adjustable. So you can have the neutral. If you're a drawer, you can put it as a fade bias. If you're a fader, you can hit it as a draw bias. So that's obviously another reason as to why the ball might have gone left for me, because I do fade my driver, but I set it on the draw bias to see how it would go, and it was going left. The driver head for me would go left anyway, just because of how it sits. So even though I really enjoyed hitting this driver, this wasn't for me, but this isn't to say it's not for you. Again, this club was released in 2021. Starting price is actually $242.99.
Okay, so it's a little bit more expensive.
It's a little bit more expensive. It's got a lot more added technology in. It's got the highest MOI of all these 3 drivers especially, but almost up there with the highest you can ever get anyway, which means it's the most forgiving. Your miss hits are going to be pretty much bang on. Typically Ping don't offer the fastest of ball speeds because they've really focused on softening the driver face to get that more forgiveness, to get that more consistent hit. So they sacrificed a bit of ball speed on that, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, you'd much rather be in the middle of the fairway or just off the fairway than hitting it so fast and it goes like the red arrows. I mean, that's not what you want. So yeah, very cool. Couple of cool, really interesting little add-ons. Obviously the weight to fade bias, draw bias or neutral, and the softer face, highest MOI of the three. Forgiveness is huge. The sweet spot is huge. Yeah, it's very impressive. With this, we're going to dive into the aerodynamic design in this Ping G425. The refined crown turbulators reduce aerodynamic drag, which increases the swing speed and the ball velocity for all golfers with the same input.
That's making it great for beginners, obviously.
Fantastic for
usually
beginners,
when you start, you probably don't have the highest swing speed anyway, right?
No, well, sometimes it depends how much you're going to just want to go out there and belt the living daylights out of it. But yeah, I mean, you'll probably go for a stage where you'll be, if you go for lessons, you'll be kind of said to swing it at 3/4, swing it a little bit slower.
Yeah.
This driver will be fantastic for you, whether you swing it fast or swing it slow, because it will just feel like very light on the way down, and you'll still be able to create that speed at impact.
Because of all the additionals that it's
Just because of the additional aerodynamics in the head. I really do like Ping, and they have come on the market a lot over the last year.
They've been really good for women's golf as well.
They've been fantastic for women's golf, and their new equipment that has come out is probably, I've heard the best reviews about them.
Yeah, true.
Like, there are a lot of players on tour, a lot of guys that I play with, a lot of girls that I've seen play that have gone to Ping woods, drivers.
Okay, so finally, which one was your favourite?
The Cobra.
The Cobra. And
yeah, definitely. King F9.
starting at the cheapest.
It just so happens that it is the cheapest. I mean, I actually can't believe the price of this.
Yeah.
If I was, I mean, I'd go and buy this. Like, literally go, if I didn't have a driver that I loved, I genuinely would buy that. £150.
I'm keen to try all these, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable.
Shaft,
and yeah, I mean, shafts are a bit different, but genuinely, my favourite out of the three was the Cobra. I mean, just unbelievable price.
So if I was to come to you now, like I am now, beginner golfer, looking at a new driver, why would you recommend this one to me?
I mean, I'd obviously recommend that because that's my favourite, and the value blows me out of the water.
Blows you out of the water.
Blows me out of the water. Like, literally goes right out of the water. TaylorMade, I mean, is a massive, massive brand. You're going to get the ball speed you want from that. You're still a really, really good value. The technology with the twist face is massive for any golfer, let alone a beginner golfer, just to help with that forgiveness, that consistency, ball speed, all-round hit is just up there. I mean, TaylorMade don't really make a bad product ever.
Yeah.
So that is why I would recommend that. And again, like, I would never, if you were to hit all three of these, I reckon you would get on with the Ping the most.
Really?
The forgiveness, the face. You're not the fastest of swingers anyway, so it won't really matter to you. You'll still get the ball speed you're looking for off these drivers. It's light, it's big, you can adjust it. Forgiveness, again, consistency, feel. I mean, this is an all-round top quality driver. You're obviously paying a bit more than the other two, more than that. So again, you can try them. Like, it's just one of those that you just have to, if you think spending that little bit extra for this for the Ping driver, for consistency, forgiveness, feel is for you, then do that. But I promise you now, whatever three drivers you go for, you will not be disappointed.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as we did talking about it. Please, please, please make sure you're subscribed to the Golfbidder YouTube channel. You just have to click the button down below, literally subscribe, click.
For more golf equipment videos, please make sure you're following Golfbidder on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. And please subscribe, like Beth said, like, comment. And if you end up getting these drivers and you're a beginner golfer, let us know how you get on.
And take a look at our channel too. We're a couple of golfers. Russ and Beth, thank you so much for watching, guys. That's us.
See ya.
Over and out. Bye.